Dear learners, I am Dr. Arvind Kumar Yadav, HOD in Faculty of Commerce, Government PG College, Badalpur. Now let us move on our lesson 5, that is transport services. Learners, we use various products in our daily life. Many of them we know are produced at place far away from our locality. So, how do we get them at our place? These are carried from all those places through rail, road, water or air and made available to us at our locality. You must have seen trucks, tempos, bullock carts, etc., which carry finished products or raw materials from one place to another. Similarly, you are most have to seen people traveling from one place to another by aeroplanes, trains, buses, cars, scooter, rickshaws, cycles, etc. This movement of goods and persons is very important in business. Because of this, raw material is made available at the place of manufacturing goods. Finished products are made available at the place of sale or consumption. Manpower moves from one place to another and so on. In this lesson, let us learn how goods and workforce move from one place to another. So, dear learners, now let us start from meaning of transportation. Transport refers to the activity that facilitates physical movement of goods and individual from one place to another. In business, it is considered as an auxiliary to trade. That means, it supports trade and industry in carrying raw materials to the place of production and distributing finished products for final firms that engage themselves in such activities are called transporters generally. Transporters carry raw materials, finished products, individual etc. from one place to another. Now, let us learn some importance of transport. As discussed above, transport removes the distance barrier. Because of it, nowadays, goods produced at one place are readily available at distant places and people move freely throughout the world. Without transport, we as well as business units cannot move a single step. So, there are some points of importance of transport. First, makes raw material available to manufacturers or producers. Transport makes it possible to carry raw materials from places where they are available to places where they are to be processed and assembled into semi-finished or finished goods. Second, makes goods available to customers. Transport makes movement of finished goods possible from one place to another with great ease and speed. Thus, consumers spread in different locations of the country have advantage of consuming goods produced at distant places. Third one is enhance standard of living. Transport gives consumer the choice to make use of different qualities of goods of different prices. So, it raises the standard of living of the people. Fourth is facilitates large scale production at low cost. We know large scale production is not always possible at the place of our choice, since it needs huge infrastructure, particularly land, which is not easily available everywhere. But transport makes large scale production possible by making all required materials and manpower available at the place finally selected for manufacturing. Large scale production lowers down cost per units. Next, help during emergencies and natural calamities. In times of national crisis due to war or internal disturbance, transport help in quick movement of the troops and the supplies needed in the operation. Next, helps in creation of employment. Transport provides employment opportunities to individuals as drivers, conductors, pilots, cabin crew, captain of the ship, etc., who are directly engaged in transport business. It also provides employment to people working in industries producing various means of transport, including its equipment and parts. People also provide repairing and maintenance services by opening service centers at convenient locations. Next is help in labor mobility. Transport helps a lot in providing mobility to workers. You may be aware that people from one country go to foreign countries to work in different industries and factories. Foreigners also come to India to work. Within India, also people move from one place, one part of another part in search of work. Similarly, it is not always possible to have workers near the factory. Most industries have their own transport system to bring the workers from where they reside to the place of work. Next is helps in bringing nations together. Transport facilitates movement of people and goods from one country to another. It helps in exchange of cultures, views and practices among the people of different countries. This brings about better understanding among people and awareness about different countries. Thus, it helps in promoting a feeling of international brotherhood. After meaning of transport, now let us learn the modes and means of transport. We find that basically transport is possible through land, air or water, which are called the different modes of transport. On land, we use trucks, tractors, etc. to carry goods, trains, buses, cars, etc. to carry passengers. In air, we use aeroplanes, helicopters to carry passengers as well as goods. Similarly, in water, we use ships, steamers, boats, etc. to carry goods and passengers. All these are known as various means of transport. The modes of transport can broadly be divided into three categories: land transport, water transport and air transport. Let us discuss various modes and related means of transport. So, dear learners, now I am starting from land transport. Land transport refers to activities of physical movement of goods and passengers on land. This movement takes place on road, rail, rope or pipe. So, land transport may further be divided into road transport, rail transport, ropeway transport and pipeline transport. Let us now to discuss in detail about each of them. Road transport. Roads are the means that connect one place to another on the surface of the land. You must have seen roads in your village, in towns and cities. Not all of them look alike. Some of them are made of sand, some of them be of chips or cement or coal tar. You find different vehicles playing on roads like bullock carts, cycles, motorcycles, cars, trucks, buses, etc. All of these constitute different means of road transport. The means of transport may be divided into three types: man driven, animal driven and motor driven. You might have seen individual carrying goods on their head or back or on bicycle or on thelas. Also ride a bicycle to use rickshaw to travel short distance. We also find animals driven vehicles like carts, camels, horses used in rural areas to carry crops, straw, fodder and sometimes even people. Sometimes even animals are directly used to carry goods from one place to another. In areas which are normally covered with snow throughout the year, we find sledges pulled the dogs by the dogs used to carry both passenger and goods. Compared with man driven and animal driven means of transport, motor driven means of transport have become more popular over the years. This is due to their speedy movement and larger carrying capacity. Extension of roads to every corner of the country has also enhanced the use of motor driven transport. The types of motor vehicles used to carry goods and passengers include auto rickshaws, scooters, vans, buses, tempos, trucks, etc. In Kolkata, tramways also forms part of road transport for carry passengers. Now, dear learners, we move on advantages of road transport. Road transport has many advantages. First one is, it is a relatively cheaper mode of transport as compared to other modes. Second, perishable goods can be transported as a faster speed by road carriers over a short distance. Third one, it is flexible mode of transport as loading and unloading is possible at any destination. it provides door-to-door service. Fourth, it helps people to travel and carry goods from one place to another, particularly in places which are not connected by other means of transport, for example, hilly areas. Limitations of road transport. Road transport has so many limitations also. Number 1, it is not economical for long distance transportation of goods due to their limited carrying capacity. Transportation of heavy goods or goods in bulk by road involves high cost. Third, it is affected by adverse weather conditions like floods, rain, landslide, etc. Now, we study about rail transport. Transportation of goods and passengers on rail lines through trains is called rail transport. It occupies an important place in land transport system of our country, and it is most dependable mode of transport to carry goods and passengers over a long distance. Besides long distance, local transport of passengers is also provided by local trains or metro trains in some metropolitan cities. Rail transport is available throughout the country except some hilly or mountainous regions. In India, two types of trains are found. One is passenger train and other is goods train. While passenger trains carry both human being and a limited quantity of goods, the goods train are exclusively used for carrying goods from one place to another. These trains are driven by rail engines and they use steam, diesel or electric power to move. Let us now discuss the advantages and limitations of rail transport. Advantages of rail transport: it is convenient mode of transport for travelling long distances. Second, it is relatively faster than road transport. Third, it is suitable for carrying heavy goods in large quantities over long distances. Fourth, its operation is less affected by adverse weather conditions like rain, floods, fog, etc. Limitations of railway transport: first limitation is it is relatively expensive for carrying goods and passengers over short distances. Second, it is not available in remote parts of the country. Third, it provides service according to fixed time schedule and is not flexible for loading or unloading of goods at any place. Last one, it involves heavy losses of life as well as goods in case of accident. The next transport is pipeline transport. In modern times, pipelines are used for various purposes. Water supply to residential and commercial areas is carried on with the help of pipelines. Petroleum and natural gas are also transported from one place to another through pipelines. This is the most convenient as well as economical mode of transport for these products in comparison of road and rail transport, providing the volume to be transported in large quantities, but the cost of installation and maintenance requires large capital investment. Now, let us learn another mode of transport is ropeway transport. Ropeway refers to a mode of transport which connects two places on the hills or across a valley on or rivers. In the hilly areas, trolleys move on wheels connected to a rope and are used for carrying passengers or goods, especially building materials, food, etc. The famous Udan Khatola Jagdamba in Gujarat that carries pilgrims to the temple is an example of ropeway transport which carries more than 50 passengers at a time. After road transport, now let us move to water transport. Water transport refers to movement of goods and passengers on waterways by using various means like boats, steamers, launches, ships, etc. With the help of these means of transport, goods and passengers are carried to different places both within as well as outside the country. When rivers and canals within the country are used for the movement of boats, launches, etc. This is called inland water transport. When the various means of transport are used to carry goods and passengers on the sea route, it is termed as ocean transport. Let us know more about these two types of water transport. Inland water transport. Inland water transport uses boats, launches, steamers, etc. to carry goods and passengers on rivers and canal routes. These routes are called inland waterways and are used in domestic or home trade to carry bulky goods. Passenger transport through waterways is not so popular in our country. Inland water transport system exists only in few states like West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Tamil Nadu, etc. The second water transport is ocean transport. Ocean transport refers to movement of goods and passengers by ships through sea or ocean waterways. It plays an important role in the growth of international trade. It is also used for transporting goods and passengers in coastal areas. Ocean transport has its fixed route, which links almost all the countries of the world. Sea transport may be of following two types: coastal shipping. In this transport, ships ply between the main ports of the country. This helps in home trade and also in carrying passengers within the country. In this transport, ships ply between different countries separated by sea or ocean. It is mainly used for promotion and development of international trade. It is an economical means of transport to carry heavy machines and goods in bulk. Second is overseas shipping. Overseas transport is carried out on fixed routes which connect almost all the countries. In ocean transport, different types of ships are used to carry passengers and goods. These may be classified as under. Number first, liners. A liner is a passenger or cargo vessel which belongs to regular shipping company. These ships ply over a fixed route following a prescribed schedule or timetable. Second is tramps. A tramp is a cargo ship which does not make regular trips, but plies whenever cargo is offered to it. It does not follow a fixed route or a prescribed timetable like that of liners. Now, let us learn the advantages of water transport. Water transport has the following advantages. It is relatively economical mode of transport for bulky and heavy goods. It is a safe mode of transport with respect of occurrence of accidents. Third, the cost of maintaining and constructing routes is very low, as most of them are naturally made. Fourth, it promotes international trade. Now, let us move limitations of water transport. Water transport has some limitation. First one is the depth and navigability of rivers and canals vary and thus affected operations of transport vessels of different sizes. Second, it is a slow moving mode of transport, as therefore not suitable for transporting of perishable goods. Third, it is adversely affected by weather conditions. Fourth, sea transport requires large investments in ships and their maintenance. Dear learners, our last transport is air transport. This is the fastest mode of transport. It carries goods and passengers through airways by using different aircrafts like passenger aircraft, cargo aircrafts, helicopter, etc. Beside passengers, it generally carries goods that are less or bulky or are of high value. In hilly or mountainous areas where other mode of transport is not feasible, air transport is an important as well as convenient mode. It is not used for transporting goods and passengers during natural calamities like earthquake and floods, etc. During war, air transport plays an important role in carrying soldiers as well as supplies to the required areas. Air transport may be classified as domestic and international air transport. While domestic air transport mainly facilitates movement within the country, international air transport is used for carrying goods and passengers among different countries. Air transport is carried out in fixed air routes which connect almost all the countries. Advantages of air transport: first is, it is the fastest mode of transport. Second, it is very useful in transporting goods and passengers to the area which are not accessible by any other means of transport. Third, it is the most convenient mode of transport during natural calamities. Fourth, it provides vital support to the national security and defense. Limitations of air transport: limitations are, it is relatively more expensive mode of transport. It is not suitable for transporting heavy and bulky goods. It is affected by adverse weather conditions. Next, it is not suitable for short distance travel. In case of accidents, it results in heavy losses of goods, property and life. So, dear learners, today I told you about transport services. In this chapter, you learn about meaning of road, water and air transport, their merits and limitations. I hope you enjoyed this session. Bye, have a great day.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने, हम अपना दीपक स्वयं
हिंदुस्तान के हर कोने में नौजवानों के पास प्रतिभा है, उन्हें अवसर चाहिए।
NIOS देता रहा है युवाओं को अवसर आगे बढ़ने का। NIOS से पढ़ने वाले इन युवाओं ने किया है संस्थान को गौरवान्वित। दिव्यांगों ने बन के दिखाया है सबल और आत्मनिर्भर। NIOS के साथ आप भी जुड़िए NIOS के संग।
अबे यार, वहाँ हमारे ग्रुप का क्रेडिट कार्ड चलता है।
क्रेडिट को हिंदी में कर्ज कहते हैं।
तुझे नहीं पता, मेरा ग्रुप बहुत दिलदार है। 100 के नोट तो वो कुछ समझते ही नहीं।
जिस दिन तुझे उन्हें दावत देनी पड़ेगी तब क्या करेगा? वो तुझे फ्री में देकर आदत बिगाड़ रहे हैं।
मर्द बच्चा हूं मैं, तो बस जरा मस्ती के लिए आदत वादत में नहीं डालूंगा। जब चाहे यूं छोड़ दूंगा।
तो अभी छोड़ दे।
क्या हुआ? मना कर गया। मैं तो पहले ही कह रहा था, गोली मारो उसे। इसकी भेजे में बात नहीं आएगी। इसकी किस्मत में खुश रहना नहीं लिखा है।
चाची जी, सब्र कीजिए, सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
अरे कैसे सब्र करूं बेटे? कितनी मुश्किल से अकेली ने मैंने ये बेटा पाला है, और ये बेटा मुझे ये रंग दिखा रहा है। अरे मैं तो किसी से कह भी नहीं सकती। न जाने कैसे कैसे पैसे जुटा के मैंने इसकी बहू के लिए चूड़ियां बनवाई थी।
बहू के लिए बनवाई थी ना? बेटे ने ले ली तो क्या आफत आ गई?
अरे नास पीटे, अरे तू चला जा। एक तो चोरी, ऊपर से सीना चोरी।
मुझे अपने घर में बाहरी लोगों का दखल पसंद नहीं। आप जाओ।
अरे अरे ओ सत्यानाशी, चुप हो जा। मनीष बेटे, तो इसकी बातों का बुरा मत मानना।
चाची जी,
बहुत बुरा किया तूने बहुत बुरा किया। डॉक्टर साहब, मेरे बच्चों को बचा लीजिए।
आप थोड़ा सब्र रखिए, चिंता ना करिए, हम अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश करेंगे। सुरेंद्र, हम आपको 15 दिन के लिए इस सेंटर पे रखेंगे। दवाइयों एवं बातचीत द्वारा हम आपका इलाज करेंगे, पर एक बात का ध्यान रखना होगा, दवाइयों से इस आदत से छुटकारा नहीं मिल सकता। इसके लिए आपको अपना आत्मविश्वास बढ़ाना होगा, और अगर इस आदत को छोड़ने की तुम मन में ठान लो तो दुनिया की कोई ताकत आपको रोक नहीं सकती। इस बात को हमेशा ध्यान रखना।